Hi, I'm Captain Nate. Welcome aboard Touch the Sky.
Hello, I am Chef Hillary and first mate on Touch the Sky.
Great. So, how'd you guys get into chartering down here? What's your background? Where'd you grow up?
I'm originally from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I started my charter background in the Bahamas 25 years ago, and I haven't looked back since.
I also grew up in Michigan. I lived all over the state, and my last 8 years there, I lived in the Upper Peninsula, which is a very special place to me. And I ended up down here in 2012 when a friend from college offered me a job. And same thing, I never looked back. I've been between the Bahamas and the Virgin Islands for the last 12 years.
Awesome. So, what would you say your favorite charter memory would be?
For me, it's hard to pin down just one charter memory, but we got a 70-year-old lady who was deathly afraid of the water to finally put on a snorkel vest and get in the water, and she actually put her face underwater with a mask, and she saw a sea turtle for the first time. And her excitement, we don't take this for granted, and we have the best office in the world, but seeing someone that excited over something that we see every day was pretty great.
Yeah, my answer is a little more vague. I've just been so fortunate to travel all these islands and spend the winters down here in the Virgin Islands, and form relationships with people over the last however many years. We've been lucky to have so many repeat guests, and you really get to bond with them and know their families, and that's very special to me.
Absolutely. So, when it's not charter season, what would you say your favorite off-season hobbies are?
I'm an avid runner. I'm a competitive person by nature, so if there's a 5K, half marathon, or anything like that, I'm all about it. I love surfing, I love biking, hiking. I have a huge passion for the outdoors, and I just love being active.
Same, I love anything outdoors, hiking, biking, and just doing our own sort of traveling, seeing other parts of the world.
Visiting family. Yeah.
Definitely. So, speaking of traveling, what would you say your favorite vacation was, and what made it unique?
For me, Hillary and I did a Southern Coastal Cities tour, and we did St. Augustine, Savannah, and Charleston. And she follows the trends of food, and she enlightened my palate, so to speak, with all the local dishes and restaurants there. And me being a museum buff, I got to take in the historical culture as well as the food culture there. So it was very fun.
For me, last summer, Nate and I got to spend the whole summer in Alaska. That was really quite a trip of a lifetime. And I've also gotten to take my mom on a milestone birthday trip to Napa and Sonoma, do the winery tours and bike tours, and that was really great too.
Awesome. So, bringing it back to the Caribbean, what would you say your favorite area is to bring guests to in the U.S. or in the Virgin Islands or in the Bahamas?
Well, the Bahamas, both of them have a lot of uninhabited secret little beaches that you can just be alone and kind of, re-center yourself with the world. But Allen's Key in the Bahamas, but you can feed iguanas, and you can go to Shroud Key and do the natural lazy river and just kind of float in and out with the tide. There's just so many places to go explore and and really enjoy yourself. Really take in the beauty of the area.
I really love to find a quiet anchorage with a nice beach, and if you happen to find a small beach bar there, that's always a bonus. But I don't think we're going to give up any of our spots. You'll have to come out on a trip with us to find that out.
Great. All right. So, do you guys have any special or unique skills that you do on charter with the guests?
Yeah, I think we really have a passion for showing people underwater life and teaching them about that. We have a dive background, and it's always fun to get people that are uncomfortable with being in the water to get in, like Nate said, with a previous guest who was in her 80s and had never really spent any time in the water, to feel comfortable.
Yeah, just going home with a little bit of extra knowledge of the historical aspects of all the area. So many countries have been through here, so many people have been through here, and the marine life. It's just a whole ecosystem down there, and if you really put your head underwater, it's a whole nother world down there, and it's really cool to see people get excited about that.
think that's a nice highlight in the Bahamas too. You know, there's a lot of big, exciting things to see. Sea turtles. We can teach people to not be so afraid of sharks, and it's just really wonderful.
Awesome. All right, so Hillary, let's talk about some food. What would you say your favorite dish is to make, and why do guests enjoy it so much?
I would say a signature dish of mine are my pan-seared scallops with a creamy risotto and a nice lemon butter sauce. I think it's a nice gateway for people who maybe would not normally try something like that, and they might surprise themselves. They might really enjoy something different.
Yeah, and nothing brings people together like good food and a nice view.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So who or what would you say influenced your cooking style then?
Like Nate mentioned, he likes to call me a foodie. I really just like food. And so I do have a few celebrity chefs that I like to follow. But really it's always been important in my family, you know, at family gatherings. It was always a topic, and you know, a centerpiece.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say family.
Great.
Well, I'm Captain Nate, and I hope to see you aboard one day. Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you for taking the time. We hope to see you on Touch the Sky.